that said that the coaching market has now has grown over 1,000% since 2020. Think about that. A market that has grown that much. That means that there are new coaches consistently flooding the market and have been doing so since the pandemic. People left their jobs, quit their jobs, started working from home, and then decided that they were going to go and get a certification. Just because you're certified does not mean you're qualified. Just because you're certified does not mean you're qualified. See, a lot of times when organizations especially offer certifications, and I know several of them that do, I'm certified as PMP, Six Sigma Master Black Belt, and more programming language that I know what to do with. What that really says is I know how to do things their way. What it does not say is that I know how to actually build structure, run, and successfully run a business. So just because the market is saturated doesn't mean there's not an opportunity. In fact, the fact that the market is saturated and no one is standing out is your exact opportunity to be outstanding. This bothered me so much when I was looking in our field of coaches. So I'm really out here looking in this field of coaches and looking in just, because I'm a coach, of course, I'm a speaker, and I'm a business owner. And I started looking at everything that was going on out there in coaching. And this was literally what was happening. People were going and getting their ICF, they were getting their certification, or if they got a certification, most people didn't, which, by the way, is fine. I'm not telling you to get one. Trust me, I'm not. But people would get their certification, or they would leave their job, or they would get a few calls from a few friends who kept telling them, man, you know what? You give me such great free advice. You should do this for a living. And all of a sudden, you had people who were calling themselves coaching. They were literally hanging their shingle, popping up a website, and calling themselves a coach. Market saturation. That doesn't make them qualified. Because having an expertise, being a coach, is only 1/12 of what you actually need to do to run a successful business. You actually need structure around your business. My favorite thing is when I ask people, who is your ideal client? Who do you specifically coach? And how do you help? What goal are you helping them reach? Most of the time, the answer is, well, I can coach, anybody who calls me. And basically what we do is we have a conversation about where they go, and then we go from there. Nope. That's not coaching. That's not coaching. That is besties on the couch having wine and talking about the crap that somebody's going through. That's not coaching. That is being a friend to lonely people, but that's not coaching. Coaching is literally someone comes to you. Coaching is when Tom Brady's Super Bowl coach, his quarterback coach, looks at him and says, listen, you're moving your ankle in 3/4 of an inch. And when you come out of that, you're turning that way. And so the ball is actually going across your body and going the wrong direction. You're missing your target by about 1 foot or 2 foot. And by the way, the further back you are, the more off you are from your target. What we're going to do is we're going to fix that particular problem. And we're going to make sure that foot doesn't go in. This is what a coach does. A coach has a specific standard or method or something that they're looking at. They're going, I know if this is too far out. They have this method, and then they have this client. And when this client is doing something that doesn't match the method, they go, we need to make a correction here. If you ever played basketball, if you've ever shot hoops before and you went and did a free throw and you were like this to do your first free throw, right? You literally had a coach that said, no, that's not how you do that. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your elbows in. You're going to guide the ball. You're going to go all the way up. You're going to flick your wrist. That's what you're going to do. And how did that coach know to do that? Because he's like, here is the method. This method is going to get you to a goal. And here is the person coming in with the way they're doing it, which is not going to help them reach their goal. A coach has a methodology. And what they do is they compare what their client is doing against that methodology, and they help them make corrections to get to a specific goal. That's what a coach does. The market right now is saturated with people who, number one, do not have a methodology, but they're calling themselves a coach. There are people who are great at giving advice, but they're calling themselves coaches. They're cool with taking a phone call and sitting on the couch and chatting about it, but they're calling themselves coaches. And let's be even more clear, they're not running a coaching business. And the part that makes it really hard for people coming into this market is there is no standard to actually say, listen, this is what first-year coaching looks like, and this is how you set it up. This is what second-year coaching looks like, and this is how you set it up. This is what third year and fourth year. They don't have that. And so you have these people that come in and they go, okay, so I need to do a whole bunch of videos, and I got to sell video programs. I need to go and do memberships. I got to have a free group. I definitely have a free group of people, so people actually listen to me. Then I got to, tell people that I want to buy something. I put up a website and put up a button so they can pay me. And then I'm going to charge them, like maybe $500 a month. And, and then I'll start taking their calls and coaching business. This is right now the number one reason why I'm so excited about freaking Firestarter. I'm so damned excited about Firestarter. Like, my team looked at me and was like, okay, Donna. I'm like, no, because I went and I searched the market. Listen, I want to eradicate, like, people are like, what's your vision? I want to eradicate crap coaching. I want to eradicate it. I want, when someone becomes a Firebrand certified coach in 3 years, right? When they're actually at that level that people go, woo, you're a Firebrand? Okay. Okay, I see you. And why is that? Because we actually have that Coaching 101, Coaching 201, Coaching 301, and Coaching 401 program. Our first program, Firestarter. That's our very first program. Why is that program so critical? Because the very first video is, what is coaching? It's for people who are like, listen, I would love to launch an in-demand coaching business that actually helps my clients get to where they want to be. And that I'm a part of that journey. Not people who are sitting here going, I took my cert and I give people really good advice, and I can talk to just about anybody. Like, when I was on the bus, someone was talking to me and I gave them really good advice, and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, did you get a payment? Did they pay you? Did they offer to pay you? Did they send you money, or did they say thank you and run? Because all of that advice is really good until you got to ask for payment. Your expertise is only 1/12 of what's required to actually structure a successful business. So do you want to have a hobby, or do you want to run a business? But let's talk about that. So what does that look like? What does that actually look like? First of all, we're going to start with your specific area of expertise. We're going to whittle that down. What do you do? What gives you the authority to say that you do it well? And what is the methodology? How do you have the model that you are comparing a client against so that you actually can help them get to the goal? What is that? Don't have one? Great. Let's put one together. Let's do that, because you're going to need it. Let's start there. Let's have your expertise so fire and so badass that when someone calls you and they have that conversation, you can go either A, yes, I can help you. B, I cannot help you. But C, if I can help you, let me specifically tell you where in my current methodology you are likely struggling and how we can actually get to your goals quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Number 2, who is your ideal client versus your dream client? And yes, those are two completely different type of people. Just because you're someone's dream coach does not mean that they are your dream client. So let's sit down and really go, who do I help? For me, as a coach, I specifically help people who are entrepreneurs, who are experts in their industry. They know their stuff like nobody's business. They have a very specific area of expertise, and they want to turn that expertise into a high profit coaching and speaking business. That's what they want to do. How do I do that? I have clients out there right now in the streets making 6-figure months because they followed my coaching 101, 201, 301, and 401 program. Then after we identify in coaching 101, okay, this is my expertise. I got that nailed down. Well, first of all, I know what a coach is and I know what a coach is not. And I'm clear that I want to be a coach. And I'm also clear that I don't know how to set up the structure of the business. And this is my particular area of expertise. I'm going to take the commas out of my expertise so I can put them in my bank account. Because when you come to me and you start telling me things like, well, I can talk to everybody and, I can help them with their life and their relationships and their kids and, how to build a business and get started as an entrepreneur. And, I've also done some things with mani-pedis back in the day. I can help them curl their hair. I know how to put weave in. And, oh my God, my bunion removal services are the bomb. I have no idea what to refer you for. I do one thing. I help really, really smart people become really, really wealthy through coaching and speaking. Can I do other things? Absolutely. Listen, I ran a $250 million tech consultancy. I can go right now and get a job as somebody's CEO. I don't want to. I do one thing. I do it really well. It doesn't mean I can't do other things. I can do other things and do them really well. I don't want to. There's a video right now that is out, and it's the interior decoration and design of my house, and literally all these design standards and things that I put in. And I had this lady who's an interior designer that hit me up, and she's like, I really just want to know how you do this, this, and this. That is so cool. I mean, I didn't even know. Like, have you thought about being? I could be an interior. I don't want to. You know what I want to do? What I'm doing really, really well right now. I'm a damn good coach, helping people who are really, really smart make a lot of money, helping people reach their goals. That's what I do. You got to know what you do. It doesn't mean I don't bring all those other skills to the page. Of course I do. Of course I do. But you got to be so clear on that thing that you do. So in our Coaching 101 program, we start right there. In that Fire Starter program, we start right there. What do you do? Number 2, who do you do it for? Specifically, who do you do it for? And then number 3, how do you productize it? Now, let me tell you, if people gonna mess up, because they probably already messed up on 1 or 2, if they gonna mess up, they're gonna really bang it up on number 3. Oh my gosh. When we start productizing, they are in year 1 and they're like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my camera and I'm going to come here and I'm going to do videos, right? And I'm going to make a whole bunch of videos, right? And because I saw somebody do this. In fact, Donna, don't you have these? You have these videos and you're just selling these videos, right? That's what you do? Not in year 1. I did not. And even after selling a $250 million business, I can tell you right now that in year 1, I was not qualified to do said videos. Not in year 1. People ruin year 1. They ruin year 1. They're going to do masterminds. They're going to go and set up their videos so they can make them pajama paychecks because they heard people talk about pajama paychecks. So they're going to go and make videos. They're going to have all these free groups. Oh my gosh, they just have it all the things that they're going to do. And I'm like, honey, year 1, There's only two products that you should have in year one. And it's none of the ones you just mentioned. Oh, my favorite is I'm going to do events. Like my first year out, I'm going to do events. I'm like, you're going to have an empty hall. Let's talk about that part. And then when we get around, so now that you know, okay, so I'm not doing all the things, I'm doing something very specific. And we teach you in the Firestarter program specifically, what is it? There's only two things you should be doing as a person year one, setting up your coaching business. And it is not all the things, it is something very specific. Notice that we are in a very, very specific cadence here. Your success of your business is all about specificity, a specific area of expertise, a specific ideal client, and even a specific service and offering. My favorite is when people say, well, Donna, I had talked to this other lady and she was like doing videos and then she had masterminds and she had events and all this other stuff. And like, it's been 5 years, but she's really successful. I'm gonna tell you right now, she struggled for 4 years. Struggled. I'm doing the opposite. I'm saying, listen, don't struggle for 4 years. We're going to get you 60 days. 60 days. How do we get you in 60 days so that you're making money? What I love about the Firestarter program, and we actually went and added this, is the last 21 days of the 60-day program is like, okay, now you have everything set up. We talked to you about exactly what to put on your landing page. We told you exactly how to write a bio. We validated your area of expertise and who you're working with. And we even had you test the market. Now, here's your coming soon post. Let's do that. Here's your getting people into your first program post. Like literally walking them through, this is what you're going to do every single day to get clients for 21 days. And then we're going to show you how to do it again every 10 days, every 10 days, every 10 days, every 10 days, until you get to the point where you're going, I have plenty of clients. Perfect. Perfect. Because think about it. If you have $12,000 clients, actually $15,000 clients, right? Got it? Ready? $15,000 clients. How much money you're making a year? Right? You make $180,000 a year because you have $15,000 clients. It's not a bad first year. That's not a bad first year. And that's what we strive for in the first year. So we start there and then we go right around and we look at your marketing. And what I love is that we actually go through, this is how you market. Here are your email sequences. Here's your landing page. Here's how you write copy. Here's what you put on the landing page. Here's the kind of pictures you use. Here's what you say on the phone, because then we go right over into engagement and sales. How do you engage with people? And how do you have a sales conversation that doesn't feel icky, awkward, disgusting, and gross? How do you do that? That's how you get from I want to be a coach to I have 12 clients that pay me $15,000 a year. I'm making $180,000 in my first year as a coach. And by the way, we tell you once you get to month 9 of doing your coaching program and following our exact formula, when I tell you it's an exact formula, it is an exact formula. It has been tried, tested, proven. We know where the kinks are, where things failed, and where things work. It's an actual business structure. There are a lot of people out there that want a hobby as a coach. So, I just let it flow to me. I just want it to come to me. And, and if people are interested, they'll buy. No, we're talking about setting up a damn business. You're talking about a career for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. Set that structure up right now. Like set that structure up right the first time. But that's what I love about this program. Listen, when we were talking about doing Firestarter, I said, one of the things my chief marketing officer is big on, he's like, we know who your ideal client is, but now we have to go and identify the market problem. And our clients literally told us what the market problem was. Donna, you're really, really, really good at helping people grow their business. And I'm like, absolutely. That's not my problem. I'm like, well, wait. So you're good with business growth? No, I don't have a structure. I'm trying to just copy. I'm just looking at what you do every day and trying to do that. And I'm like, oh God, don't do that, honey. I'm 10 years in. Like, so don't do that. Don't start where I am already. No, you got to start from the beginning. You can't roll up in college day one with the scalpel talking about, I got this, everybody back up. No, you're not doing heart surgery day one. You're not copying the heart surgeon. No, you can't do that. You got to go to some classes first. First, you got to know where the heart is and what a scalpel is. Like, we got to make sure you don't throw it when you can see blood. Like, we got to start with the basics. You got to set your foundation before you go jumping in. So I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know that people were copying me. They were literally copying me and they were failing because they were trying to copy me now. And I'm like, no, you need to copy what I did to start. You don't have a foundation. You over here copying my roof when you ain't got no walls up. No, don't do that, honey. Let me help you. And then that's when I was like, oh my God, Firestarter. That's the program. And let me tell you, okay, so my chief marketing officer going to die when I say this. So when we started working on the program and he talked about Firestarter, I was like, no, I don't know. And then we went back around and I knew the problem that I was running into is I understood that we had something to productize. I didn't understand the problem we were solving. So it was hard for me to get around it. I'm like, whose lives are we changing? And then he came back and he's like, guess what? And I'm like, what? He goes, what's the number one thing you want to eradicate in the market? And I'm like, shitty coaching. Can't stand it. I'm so tired of people getting scammed and bamboozled and BS'd on bad coaching. Drives me absolutely crazy. I feel bad when I hear people tell me all the thousands of dollars that they've spent. And he goes, and what's the number one thing you want to get? I said, I want everyone to get an ROI on every piece of training they've ever done, ever in coaching from my program. So every coach that you've ever spent money with, I want to make every dime pay off. And he goes, perfect. And then he's like, guess what's missing from the market? And I'm like, what? He goes, people don't have a way to set up a coaching business. And I'm like, huh? And he goes, and I'm like, but there's ICF. He goes, they just get them certified. And I'm like, no, but he goes, they have conferences for best practices. He goes, it's just like PMP. It's just like Six Sigma Black Belt. They get you certified, but they don't tell you how to set up a project management business. PMP doesn't, Six Sigma doesn't tell you how to set up a risk business and a methodology business. They don't do that. He goes, you're a certified programmer in how many languages? They didn't tell you how to go out and be a programming consultant. They told you how to write code. He goes, people are out here. The market is being saturated by coaches who are literally being the coaches that you don't want them to be. Crap coaches taking advantage of people because all they did was get an ICF and set up a shingle. I can't tell you how bad it pissed me off. And I'm like, well, that has to come to an end immediately. He goes, immediately. And I went and literally said, every video, every step, every piece of the workbook, there is literally a almost 300-page book for this program, as well as another 132-page book. There are, gosh, I think we have over 60 videos now that are in this program that literally walk you through, like, here's step one. And there, it's not like, listen, I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I cannot watch 60 hours worth of video. That is not what I said, because I don't hate you. No. The videos are in these small chunks where you're like, understand this concept. You got that concept. Let's go on to the next concept. Okay, you understand that concept. Now let's go on to the next concept. And we keep doing that. We tell you what's your top of funnel? How do you make that when you're in your first year? And how do you make it simple? Oh my God, how many times are you going to put together some more free crap and give away? I got another ebook. I got another e-page. I'm doing another challenge. I'm doing another free match class. I'm doing all the free stuff that people are telling you to do that is making you no money, because free people don't buy. We actually have this thing called the profitable freebie formula to show you how to actually make money, convert that free stuff into dollars. Anyway, I just want you to know I am super ridiculously crazy, over the top, absolutely nuts, psyched about the Fire Starter program. I mean, I am jazzed up about it. I want you to be super ridiculously successful. I want to have a conversation with you where we are talking about not just your 6-figure year. I want you to call me and be like, listen, I'm ready for my 6-figure quarter. I'm like, well, let's go get that 6-figure quarter. Oh, I'm ready for my 6-figure month. Let's go get your 6-figure month. Let's go get it. I have videos out there right now of my clients literally yelling, y'all, I hit my 6-figure month. I hit my 6-figure month. Because that's what we chase. We chase 6-figure year, 6-figure quarter, 6-figure month. Then we get down to 6-figure weeks. I only have one person under 6-figure weeks. She's an attorney. She's amazing. She's amazing. Hey, Deanna. And then you have people like me who are out here doing 6-figure days. And it's not just about the money that you would make. It's about how you actually deliver on the promise and change the game for your clients. That's what we do. Listen, Fire Starter program, it is fired up. If you are ready to go, there's a link. Check out the link. Click on it. Have a conversation with one of our people. Want to make sure this is right for you. And listen, it's time. This market is saturated. It's an opportunity for you to be outstanding. Just because no one's standing out, it's an opportunity for you to be outstanding. There is a need and desire for good coaches. Be one of those. Be great.